everyone. Louis Pasteur, born in December 1822 in France, was originally a chemist turned microbiologist. Rather, he became the father of modern microbiology due to his unprecedented contributions. Among Louis Pasteur's discoveries was molecular asymmetry, the fact that molecules can have the same chemical composition with different structures. He disproved the theory of spontaneous generation and demonstrated that fermentation is caused by microorganisms. He stated that microbes cause disease and that virulence of such pathogens may be increased as well as decreased. He also contributed to germ theory of disease and studied a number of infectious diseases. He originated the process of pasteurization for enhancing the shelf life of food products, saved the beer, wine and silk industries in France, and developed vaccines against anthrax and rabies. We shall get separate short videos for you on each of these topics, as understanding these is indeed of paramount importance. Pasteur's academic positions were numerous, and his scientific accomplishments earned him highest French decoration, the Legion of Honor, as well as election to the Académie des Sciences and many other distinctions. Today, there are some 30 institutes and an impressive number of hospitals, schools, buildings and streets that bear his name. It is a set of honors rarely bestowed upon anyone. This great man had a modest beginning, and in 1854, Pasteur was appointed a professor of chemistry and dean of the science faculty at the University of Lille. There he helped solve problems related to alcohol production at a local distillery and thus got involved in a series of studies on alcoholic fermentation. He could unravel most of these problems and new theoretical implications emerged from his work. Pasteur investigated quite a few aspects of fermentation, including the production of compounds such as lactic acid that was responsible for the souring of milk. He also studied butyric acid fermentation. In 1857, Pasteur presented experimental evidence for the participation of miniature living organisms in all fermentative processes and showed that a specific organism was associated with a specific fermentation. This was termed the germ theory of fermentation. French scientist Louis Pasteur and junior to him German medico Robert Koch are the two greatest legends in medical microbiology and in establishing acceptance of the germ theory of disease also. In 1882, fueled by national rivalry and a language barrier, the tension between Pasteur and Koch erupted into an acute conflict that most unfortunately prevented these two geniuses from mutually collaborating. Sir Louis Pasteur discovered molecular chirality, investigated fermentation, refuted spontaneous generation, inspired Lister's introduction of antisepsis to surgery, introduced pasteurization to French wine industry, addressed the silkworm diseases blighting French silk industry, attenuated a Pasteurella species of bacteria to develop vaccine for chicken cholera, and introduced anthrax vaccine. Although Robert Koch had claimed that bacteria are unalterable, Louis Pasteur demonstrated that they could be attenuated by a number of methods, and also he proposed the grand idea of formulation of vaccines. Not only this, the fair and grateful person that he was, he coined the term vaccine, named after vaxa in Latin, meaning cow, to give the public credit to Sir Edward Jenner, who had identified the cross-reactivity of cowpox and smallpox viruses. We will take Edward Jenner's story in our next video. The earlier generation physician Edward Jenner's writings had clearly inspired Pasteur's amateur attempt of formulating vaccines of rabies and other diseases, and Pasteur was generous enough to acknowledge these. Another contribution of Louis Pasteur includes the unexpected discovery that the fermentation process could be arrested by passing air through the fermenting fluid, a process appropriately known today as the Pasteur effect. He concluded that this happened because such microbes could function only and only in the absence of oxygen. This led to the introduction of the terms aerobic and anaerobic to designate organisms that live in the presence or absence of oxygen, respectively. He further proposed that the phenomena occurring during putrefaction were due to specific germs that function under anaerobic conditions. All this overwhelming work by Sir Louis Pasteur most definitely qualifies him to be crowned as the father of modern microbiology. No amount of acknowledgement and gratitude to such pioneers would be ever enough on our part. We thank you all for watching our videos and appreciating them. We shall be getting more and more such simplified yet important stuff for our celebrated audience. Till then, stay confident and working. Bye till next time.